Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for All Pennsylvania Students, sponsored by the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. PACAC is a nonprofit association comprised of more than 1,200 school counselors, college admission counselors, independent educational consultants, and other professionals responsible for guiding students through the important transition from high school to post-secondary options. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the question and answer button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at pacac.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website, pacac.org. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenter.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sean Stout. I'm one of the Assistant Directors of Admissions for Bloomsburg University. Before I share my presentation with you all, just a little bit about myself. I've been at Bloomsburg for 2 years. I visit schools in northeastern and north central parts of Pennsylvania, so Williamsport area up to the New York State border, and I also visit the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area as well. I also work with our scholarships committee here as a committee member for our new student scholarships. So feel free to email me anytime, which I'll share you my contact information in a little bit. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So welcome, like I said. So today we're going to find out a little bit about Bloomsburg. We're going to talk about who we are. So you're going to find out how we were founded, a little bit of history behind our university. And then from there, we're going to talk about your academic experience and how you're going to learn here. We're going to talk about where you're going to live on campus, where you're going to eat on campus, what it'll cost you, and then what your next steps would be if you decide you want to apply and go forward with an application. I know for me, 13 years ago, I was probably sitting in your shoes if you're a senior. And I wanted to know 3 things basically when I was looking at colleges and going through my college search process. One was, where was I going to eat? Where was I going to sleep was number 2. And then my third question was, did you have my major that I wanted to study? And yes, in that order. So we're going to talk about all those different things because I'm sure you all have formulated questions as you thought about different colleges throughout your college search process. So let's talk about the history about VU. So VU by the numbers. We were founded in 1839 by Henry Carver, and we were founded as a teaching college. Similar to most of our sister schools here in the state of Pennsylvania, which were part of that Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education, or PACAC system. We are one of those members, and we were founded, like many of them, as a teaching college, like I said. We roughly have 9,000 students that attend Bloomsburg University, which makes us a medium-sized school. So we don't have 40,000 students here, and we don't have 2,000. We're right in the middle. So we're a good mix of students if you're looking for that middle size. Being a middle-sized school makes us roughly the 3rd largest institution within the PACAC system. So we are right up there with a number of our sister schools like a Westchester or IUP. Our average class size is 29 students to a classroom. So we're able to keep those class sizes small, even though we are that middle size. So you're going to be able to get to know your professor one-on-one, get to be able to ask them questions, and really dig into your educational experience. Our student to faculty ratio is 17 students to every 1 faculty member. And again, that allows us to get out there and really meet our students and get to know who they are. We have over 250 different clubs and organizations. These could be anything from something academic related or something social. And whatever it may be you're thinking of joining, we probably have it. And if we don't, you can actually go ahead and start your own club. In fact, one of our students, his name was Amir. He was our student body president. He graduated 2 years ago now. But when he first came here from South Philadelphia, he was into boxing, and he noticed that we didn't have a boxing club and there were no boxing gyms in the area. Well, he got a small petition signed, went to our student activities office, and was able to create that club. We now have 100 students that participate in the boxing club. So that's a pretty cool thing to see that he was able to do that and create a club here at VU. We have over 70,000 alumni. And you're probably asking yourself, Sean, why are you even talking about alumni? Well, the reason I talk about it is because they can talk about the school from a different light. They can tell you why they chose Bloomsburg University, why they chose the major that they chose, and how Bloomsburg University has helped them with their careers. So I would encourage you to get to know alumni. If you know them in your life, talk to them. Find out why they chose BU. Why did Bloomsburg associate well with them, and how did Bloomsburg help them with their careers. So let's talk about the educational background. That's really what you're here for, right? You want to know about the majors. You want to know what do we have to offer, how you're going to learn here at the university. So we have 5 different academic colleges here. We have the College of Education, we have the College of Liberal Arts, the College of Science and Technology, the Ziegler College of Business, and our newest one, the Honors College, which was formed for this fall that we're in currently. We have majors like secondary education and middle school level, early childhood education, but we have unique degrees like special education and American Sign Language. We have degrees like criminal justice and social work, communication studies, economics, music, art, music education. We have a number of different programs out there for students. We're looking at nursing programs. We have one of the top 5 programs in the state of Pennsylvania. We're actually ranked 25th in the nation for our nursing program. It's actually one of our most competitive and most popular programs here at BU. And then we have the Ziegler College of Business. This has majors like our supply chain management, which in today's day and age with the pandemic going on, those students are getting a real insight as to how supply chain really works. And they also have majors like international business, accounting, etc. So we have a lot of your traditional business programs here at BU too. And then our Honors College. This was our newest one. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but this was founded because we were able to grow it so much. We've had an honors program for many years, but we were able to get a number of students interested in the program for last year. So altogether, we have 57 majors and 66 minors. And I would encourage you to start looking at minors as well, because right after your first day of class, you can actually declare that here at the university. I majored in business administration with a human resource management concentration when I went to college. And that really helped me set myself apart from other students looking for internships and then ultimately looking for job interviews. So looking at minors and really adding to your background is a great way to really start thinking about that. And we have a number of them here for you to choose from. Our Honors College, like I said, it was brand new for fall 2020. We started with an honors learning community. And what a learning community is here at Bloomsburg University is a community of students who have the same interest or the same major that live in a specific area within a residence hall. So our Honors College, they live in what's called Lycoming Hall here. They'll all live together, they'll go to class together, they'll be able to study together, and then just do a lot of fun things. I lived in a learning community where I went to college, and ours was focused on service. And what we did was we packed boxes around Thanksgiving and Christmas for those folks who couldn't provide for a family meal. So it was a great way to give back to the community I lived in, but it was also a really good way to add something to my resume for community service. When you think honors, you probably think of more difficult, more rigorous. These courses are going to be hard for me to take. That's not the case here at Bloomsburg. Okay, our courses are more discussion based, whether they're taught by a faculty member within the Honors College or they're taught from somebody from one of the other majors or one of the other classes. They could be a class such as like an English comp course or a specific class that's being taught for the honors program, whatever. You're going to be working with your faculty member in that class to get a little bit more discussion and leaning towards your interest. As a student interested in the Honors College, you have to fill out a separate application from the admissions application. And if you're looking to go into this, you're going to pick a interest area, whether it be research, travel, or service. There's a couple others as well. But these are the ones that we talk about. And as you can see, you can really see what our admissions requirements would be moving forward for the Honors College. But you're all probably thinking, well, Sean, what about the SAT? Are you waiving it or not? The answer is yes. So we are test optional for 2021. We're not going to require you to submit SATs or ACTs or any type of standardized test score as an incoming new student. Okay, we're not going to require that. So we're really looking at your individual course grades as well as your overall GPA from your sophomore, junior, senior year, or even transfer. We're looking at that college level GPA, okay? My favorite thing to talk about with the Honors College is the travel piece, because I regret not having a study abroad option when I went to undergrad. Our students in the Honors College will take a faculty-led trip every winter, and they'll go over to Poland and experience the culture and cuisine. And that's just one of the interest areas that our students have. So it's a pretty cool experience for students. And we have a ton of other study abroad options for students, whether it be an exchange program where you're taking a class and having it transferred back to BU, faculty-led trip, or what have you. We have a number of different options out there for students. And when you graduate from Bloomsburg, our focus here is to make sure you're a more professional you. So we're going to provide you with a professional experience each year that you're here at the university. So for all 4 years of your undergrad, you're going to have a real world experience, whether it be a clinical rotation, a student teaching rotation, whether it be a field work experience, what have you. You're going to have that real world experience to really get back into the real world, take what you've learned and apply it and solve problems. We're going to develop a personalized career map for you. So we're going to make sure that we understand what your career goals are so that we can get you the classes you need to be successful in your career, okay? We're also going to provide you with professional development services. These could be anything from resume and cover letter writing to developing soft skills in mock interviews so that you're better prepared for an interview. This could be getting you connected to prospective employers. It could be a number of different things that we provide for our students in terms of professional development services. We have over 1,800 affiliated internships at Bloomsburg University that do not include our clinical rotations or our student teaching rotations. So there are a lot out there for our students, whether it be students from our business program working with the NFL, where we've had students from the business administration management program go and work for the NFL in different organizations. We've had students from our political science program work with the State House of Representatives here in Pennsylvania. We've had students from our digital forensics program, which is like a cybersecurity program, work with the NSA down in Virginia. We've had students from our mass comm major work with different marketing firms, different event planning firms. So we've had a number of different areas that our students get into. A lot of our clinical rotations, especially for the nursing program, will be done with Geisinger Medical Center, which is a large regional medical center here in the state of Pennsylvania. And our student teachers will do a lot of their teaching in the local school districts around the campus. So they get a lot of real world experiences out there. We even have career experiences where students from like the ecology program will go to the Susquehanna River, which is a short 5 to 10 minute walk away from campus, where you can check out the water levels, the soil samples, the different animals, the insects, what have you, and just get that real world experience out there. So some really great opportunities for students to take and really apply what they've learned. And then those alumni connections that I mentioned, those are a great way to really find out how you can get connected to the corporations or the businesses that our alumni are involved in. In fact, 4 months ago, I was in a Zoom session like this with our accounting faculty here at Bloomsburg and accounting alumni, and they gave out their personal cell phones or personal emails and said, hey, contact me after the day. We can talk to you about why you should choose BU, why you should choose the accounting program, what we're doing now. And they worked for some large organizations like Parente Beard. They worked for Kellogg's. They worked for a number of different areas out there. So it was a pretty cool experience to see that they gave that out to prospective students like yourself. So I would definitely encourage you, like I said before, to reach out to alumni if you know some who have attended BU. So let's learn your way around our campus a little bit. I've talked about the history. I've talked about our academics, how we're going to support you academically. Let's learn a little bit more about the campus. The campus is comprised of an upper and a lower, and it roughly has about 366 acres. The lower campus has all of our underclassmen residence halls, which there are 8 of them. We have 15 out of the 16 dining facilities on lower campus. We have Carver Hall, which is photoed here in the top left corner. This is our most iconic building. That's where our president's office is. It was our initial building here at Bloomsburg University. And then also on the lower campus, you see all of our academic buildings, which you can see the green space there where the students are playing volleyball. That's our academic quad. It has all the academic buildings around it, including our library. So the lower campus is really compartmentalized, where you have the living area and then the academic area on our campus. The upper campus, which you can see in the top left, has our 3 upperclassmen apartments, 1 of our dining facilities, and then all of our athletic facilities as well. You'll also not see it photoed here, but there are 2 club organizations offices up there. You'll see that our ROTC program is there, which we have Army and Air Force. And then you'll also see that Quest, who is our outdoor club, they are up there as well. So we do have a lot of great spaces there for our students on the campus. There is a shuttle service that does run between the lower and the upper campus for students. So you can take the shuttle service free of charge. It runs from 7:30 in the morning till midnight, Monday through Thursday, and then from 7:30 in the morning till 10 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The shuttle will also run you to the Walmart complex. So if you're like me and on the weekends, you like that Mountain Dew and Doritos, or you want to go to the Chinese buffet, or you want to go to Panera Bread or Olive Garden, whatever it may be, you can really take that shuttle bus right out to the Walmart complex. You'll also have the shuttle that'll take you to the center of town where we have the Greenlee Center, which is photoed right here in the bottom. The Greenlee Center is where our professional U office is housed. We also have the BU Foundation down there. And then also there are some classrooms. So you may have a class or two down in the center of town. So again, you do have that shuttle service to run you back and forth. I do want to point out too that on the upper campus, you'll see a far parking lot behind the apartments and the athletic facility there. That's where all of our new incoming students will be able to park, because our new students are allowed cars as first years. It's $75 for your parking space for the year. And again, that shuttle service runs you between the two campuses. So let's learn about your housing options, right? Because you're not just going to learn here, you're going to live here as well. We have a number of different housing options for students. We have your apartments that I talked about a little bit, but we also have our traditional underclassmen residence halls. You'll see a 2-person to a dorm. You can kind of see what they look like there. You'll get your desk, your dresser, your bed that goes up and down. You'll get Ethernet in all the rooms, which our campus is also Wi-Fi. And then we also have a cable hookup too. So our students do have access to the cable subscription here in the local area, along with Cinemax and HBO. Laundry is in the basement of all of our traditional freshman residence halls, so you'll see that there. I do have a question here. Do we have to live on campus? So yes, so all new students coming in for 2021 and every year moving forward, you'll have to live on campus for your first 2 years if you live outside of 50 miles of campus. So you will have to live on campus for those first 2 years if you live outside of that 50-mile radius, okay? In terms of our apartments, we do have those on upper campus. Like I said, we have some pretty unique options there. We have a 2-person apartment that's kind of set up like a studio apartment. We have 2 single-bedroom apartment complexes, which are a 4-person or a 6-person. Each person will have their own bedroom within that apartment. They'll have a shared living area, a shared kitchen, and a shared bathroom. So we really do have some really nice options for students from sophomore year, junior, and senior year on, okay? You'll also see here that we have Salts Hall photoed in the bottom left. This is our suite style housing on lower campus. This is for sophomores typically. This is a single room suite, double, triple, and quadruple room. So we do have a variety of different suite style housing for our students. You'll see also that all of our residence halls are co-ed, and they can be co-ed by wing of a building, by floor, or even by door. So we do have that co-ed living here at BU. Salts Hall is pretty unique because it is our newest residence hall. It was opened in fall of 2018. It has our mail hub, so all the mail that's coming to campus goes there. You'll also see that it has a fire pit out back for students to kind of hang out and de-stress from classes or from finals or midterms. And then we also have our BU store located in there. And then 2 of my favorite dining facilities on campus are located in that building also. If you are living on campus, you do have to have a meal plan. So I'll talk about dining next. As you can see, we do have a Chick-fil-A and a Qdoba. They're my 2 favorite places. They're located in Salts Hall. We do have Starbucks locations on campus, one in the library and then one right next to our main dining facility called Scranton Commons, which is photoed here. I definitely would encourage you to come to campus and take a tour if you'd like. We are still offering in-person tours. You'll see that we have really great options for students in terms of dining there. There's a sushi bar, a salad and soup bar, made to order grill. There's an entree area, build your own pasta bowl, a pizza section, and there's also a dessert bar with the best warm chocolate chip cookies I've ever had. So there are a lot of options for students. We even have options for students who have dietary restrictions. So if you're gluten-free or you have a food allergy, we do have those options for students across campus. If you do live on campus, you do have to have a meal plan, especially for those first 2 years, since we are requiring students to live on campus. You can choose from a number of different board plans, which would give you either 19 meals a week, 14, or 10. And then you have some flex cash that you can add to that, which can be accepted at many of the different dining facilities. So there are a number of options for our meal plans here at BU. And I would encourage you to explore those because for me, I know I always tell students start out with the 19 meals a week. And then after your first semester, if you decide you're not going to be eating breakfast, which for me, I was always waking up 7:45 for an 8 a.m. class. I was grabbing a granola bar and running out the door. That worked out well for me for dropping my meal plan a little bit. So definitely take into account if you're a morning person and if you're going to get up for breakfast or if you're not. So there are a lot of options there to help you save some money. Let's talk about student life and getting involved on campus. In my 9 years of working in higher ed, I have found that 85% of students who are participating in some type of club, organization, athletic program, whatever it may be outside the classroom, do better in the classroom. So I always encourage students to start thinking about clubs and organizations, even prior to even getting to be. We have clubs like our Quest Outdoor Club that I talked about, where they do whitewater rafting and they do mountain biking and hiking and that kind of stuff. To clubs like our softball club, or maybe it's our more academic related clubs like our Student Nursing Association or Criminal Justice Association. We have a lot of different clubs out there for students, so you can certainly join a number of them if you'd like and still get involved. We also have a ton of concerts that we offer. We've had concerts like Wiz Khalifa at the campus. We've had Tory Lanez last fall. Paramore's been here. Mac Miller's been here. We have off-Broadway plays that we've held like Green Day, Elf, West Side Story. We've had guest speakers like Stephen A. Smith from ESPN, Nick Cannon from Wild 'N Out's been here. We've had Martin Luther King Jr.'s son here. We've had Mahatma Gandhi's grandson. So we have a lot of different events and guest speakers and artists that come to campus here all the time. We have weekend trips to major cities where we have students go to New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C., Baltimore. We're really closely centered, located all these different cities. So we're able to get our students out and about. They'd like to do that. We have a lot of leadership opportunities for students too. So you'll have the ability to get out there and be a part of our student government and help make decisions across the campus that'll affect not only you, but the student body. Our student government also manages an off-campus housing complex called Honeysuckle. So they have the ability to get that little bit of background there as well. And then we have a bunch of club sports and intramural sports. We have 14 club sports here at BU. They can be anything from our ice hockey and dance team, where our ice hockey team actually competes at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins facilities. And our dance team does compete statewide as well. So they do a lot of things through our club sports. And then we have intramural sports, like I said, too. They can be anything from ultimate frisbee to ping pong to wiffle ball to flag football to cornhole. We have a lot of great things to get our students involved outside the classroom, both indoors and outdoors. And we have a great student recreation center with a 50-foot indoor rock climbing wall. We have an 1/8 of a mile track. We have 3 all-purpose courts, your cardio room, your weight room, all of our club sports and intramural sports, the office that manages those, that's located in the rec center. So it's a great space for all of our students. And you'll still see even some of our student athletes utilize that space outside of the athletic facilities. We are an NCAA Division II athletic program. You'll see that these are our women's teams here. We compete in the MAC or the PACAC conference, the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Our women's soccer team last year was a 2-time defending conference champ, made it into the second round of the NCAA playoffs. So we're really excited to hopefully, when we start participating again, getting out there and being able to defend our title there. And our women's golf team was our newest team that was supposed to start this fall here at a local country club. So we'll hopefully be able to see these teams compete in the upcoming years. Our men's teams are here as well. You'll see that our wrestling team competes in the MAC conference at the Division I level. They're our only Division I sport. Also, our men's baseball team was a 2-time defending conference champ last year as well. So hopefully we get to see them compete here and defend that title as well upcoming. And even if you aren't a part of a team here at BU, you're part of the Husky family, and we're all Huskies here at Bloomsburg University. These are some of the offices that support our students, whether they're coming from an urban setting, a rural area, out of state, internationally, a veteran from armed services, a transfer student, whatever it may be. We have students from all different backgrounds. We're a very diverse campus here at BU, and these are just some of the offices that host a lot of different programs and help support our students. We have allied training through the LGBTQA Center. We have a silver status with the Military and Veteran Service Office. The Multicultural Center will bring guest speakers in to talk about diversity and inclusion. We have a mental health support services. So if you need a counselor to talk to because you're stressed out about midterms or finals or being away from home, whatever it may be, these are a lot of the different resource offices that support our students and help our students out. So again, we're all part of Huskies and of the Husky family here. And these are just some of those offices that help our students. You're probably all saying, well, this is way too good to be true, Sean. What's the cost of this? So for our in-state students, you're looking at roughly an estimated cost of attendance per year of $21,000. And then for our out-of-state students, you're looking at roughly $33,000 per year. This includes your tuition, your fees, your room, and your meal plan. Your meal plan is based off your 19 meals per week, and your residence hall room is based off your traditional 2-person to a dorm room. Okay. What I want to say here too is to think about also factoring about $1,500 to $2,000 for books and supplies for the year. It's just something to keep in the back of your minds too, that this does not reflect that cost. So you want to just have an idea of what it may also cost you in order to get supplies for your major or your books you need for your major. And again, some majors cost more than others in terms of supplies, so you definitely want to take that into account as well. The big thing to remember is 90% of students get some type of financial aid at Bloomsburg University. The biggest thing you need to do and remember to do is complete your FAFSA. It opens up October 1st for seniors. That allows us to identify what financial aid you're eligible for. There's grants and scholarships at Bloomsburg. There's student loans. There's work-study programs, which we have one of the largest work-study programs in the state. We have over 40 departments that offer work-study jobs. And we offer $4 million in student scholarships every year, whether they're first year or transfer student scholarships. You definitely want to get out there and look for those. There's merit-based, there's need-based, and then we also have additional scholarships that you can apply for that you would want to make sure you apply for once you fill out your admissions application. There's a separate application for additional scholarships. These scholarships can range anywhere from a $50 one-time award to a full tuition scholarship. So it varies depending on what the criteria is set or what the type of scholarship it is. Our typical student who is awarded a scholarship will have an A average, and they'll have strong grades in their coursework that they've taken. If you have questions about financial aid or about scholarships, feel free to reach out to the financial aid office. Their email account is right here. I'll leave it up and then for a little bit here. And then you'll also want to make sure you reach out to me too, because again, I am our scholarships counselor here at the university too, so I can work with you from the admissions standpoint. So let's talk about the application process and when to apply and how to apply. Our application opens up August 1st every year, so you want to get that in early because priority consideration is given to students who apply early. We get roughly 10,000 applications every year. Roughly about, I would say 2,000 of them are going to be our nursing applications. So students looking to apply for nursing, you definitely want to get your application in prior to the application deadline of November 15th. That's the only major that has an application deadline. Every other major is rolling, meaning that once we get your application and we get your application materials, it typically takes about 2 to 4 weeks, and then we can get you an admissions decision here at the university, okay? So that's typically how that works. How to apply, you definitely want to apply online. We are not part of the Common App, so you'll definitely want to go ahead and apply through our website. If you have a fee waiver code, you can enter it on our website. You can see here, I have a fee waiver for students applying for fall 2021. Any student can use this. We're sharing that with a lot of different students throughout the year. Also, we are test optional, like I said, so you can go out there and go ahead and not take the SAT or submit them to us. We're not requiring that this year. You definitely need to submit your official high school transcript. You can ask your guidance counselor to send that directly to our office. Once we get that, we can apply it to your transcript or to your application, excuse me, and then we can begin the review process for you. You can also see the optional things on there. We have a pretty basic application. We're not going to require you to submit letters of recommendation or personal statements or SAT or ACT scores, like I said. You can certainly do that. You can email them to our office and we can get them added to your application, but they're not a requirement for us. Here's our typical student profile. So last year, our average GPA coming in was a 3.5. Keep in mind, this is not a minimum, this is an average. Our ACT was a 23 and our SAT was between a 1050 and 1090. Now, I would say that this is a little skewed because of our nursing applicants. They are some of our top performing students here. I would say our GPA is probably closer to a 3.0, but the SAT is probably right at the 1050 mark. But again, we're not requiring the SAT. I just want to show you what a typical student who's been admitted to BU looks like. Jumpstart is our college readiness program here at BU. I went into college through a college readiness program and really got me connected to campus prior to the start of classes. And that's what this does here. You'll move in 2 weeks prior to the start. That's something that our admissions team will admit you into based off your academics in high school. So we're going to look at it and say, okay, we think you can benefit from a program like this. This is not something that you can apply to or opt into. Okay, it's no additional cost. You'll move into your dorm room that you're going to be living in for the entire semester. You're going to get focused advising sessions on financial aid, on resources across campus, how to be studious, how to be a good student. So this is just something that we feel that can really benefit students and something that we can assist our students with. So I always tell students, if you're admitted into this, it's not anything bad. It's just a way to really get connected to campus up front before all the hustle and bustle of the major move in. It also really gets you someone that you can go to and have a connection with. So if I have any applicants in the room, who've already applied and have been admitted, the next thing you need to do is make sure you officially join the Husky family. And you can do that by satisfying your tuition deposit or admissions deposit, I should say. It's a $200 deposit. This reserves your seat here at BU. You want to make sure you apply for financial aid, so make sure you get that in. You want to fill out that FAFSA, fill out that scholarship application if you want to, and then fill out any other scholarship applications out there, whether you're going through your guidance office, you're going through your local community, or you're looking at fastweb.com. You definitely want to make sure you're getting all that information in. After you've paid your deposit, our housing application opens up in February. So you want to make sure you're able to get that into us if you want to live on campus. We do have an application that you can apply through and look at getting housing here at campus, but we do guarantee it for our first year students. You'll also want to make sure that you get that financial aid in because we start awarding our financial aid in February. Check your BU email account. It's really important too, because once you pay your deposit, you're gonna get emails to that account from all the different offices across campus. That's how we're gonna communicate to you. So you definitely want to make sure you're checking that BU email account daily after you've paid your admissions deposit. And then you can explore BU right from home. We have a number of great options for students to check out. We have our campus YouTube channel, our campus reel channel, Flickr albums. We're always posting new content on those, so check those out. We have a virtual campus tour. And right now, starting tomorrow, we're going to have what we call our Bloom Talks, and they're a virtual session with our faculty members. They're going to be similar to like a TED Talk, and what they're going to do is teach our students through a mini lecture of either their favorite subject to teach or a favorite class of theirs or an upper level class, so you can experience what it would be like as a BU student. So we have some really cool experiences virtually coming up for our students. So definitely check those out. And you can see the comprehensive list of all of those at bloomu.edu/visit. It's just a great way to stay connected to our campus and check it out. We also have a ton of different social media outlets for students. We're running all kinds of Facebook Live events. So definitely check out our admissions Facebook page because we'll have a nursing Facebook Live where you can interface with our faculty members and students from the program. We have one coming up for professional sales and marketing. We have a number of allied health programs that we're going to do one for. So we have a ton of different content out there for you to really get connected to the campus and really see what we have to offer right through social media. And I know at 31 years of age, I'm on all 4 of these, so I'm sure you are. So definitely check those out and get really connected to the campus virtually. And then here's my contact information for you. Like I said, my name is Sean Stout. I'm one of the assistant directors here. If you have questions after today, feel free to email me anytime. I'm more than happy to answer an email for you. Or if you'd like to set up a personal appointment, we can certainly do that. I'm more than happy to do that for you too. But I'm going to go ahead and open it up for you all to ask me some questions. Go ahead and use the Q&A and I'll be able to answer any questions you have. I'm that good. I answered everyone's questions today. I know I'm not that good. How are you? And what questions do you have for me? So okay, I have a question. What is the acceptance rate? So our acceptance rate is roughly 73% here at BU. Another question I have is, what is the surrounding area like around campus? So we're a small college town. We are actually the only town in Pennsylvania listed in the state. Every other place is either a city, a village, township. Um, but we are a true town here in Bloomsburg. So the surrounding downtown area is very small. You got a lot of different restaurants and unique shops. Outside of the town, it is a rural community. You'll see a lot of agriculture. We do have a mall right down the road. We're a few short minutes. If you know of Knoebels Grove Amusement Park, we're only about 20 minutes away from there. Located in Northeast PA, about 2.5 hours from New York City, about 2.5 from Philadelphia, right off the Interstate 80. So what is the criteria for our study abroad program? So depends on what type of program you're looking for, okay? Typically, our students would need to have a specific GPA if they're looking to go into an exchange program. Usually it's around 3.0. You'll also see that you have to have a certain amount of credits completed already in order to do it. We typically don't allow first semester new students to go into a study abroad program just because you're still getting used to the college life and college experience. But they could be an exchange program, like I said, they could be a faculty-led trip. They can be for a summer session, a winter session, a semester long, an academic year, what have you. So there are a lot of different options. So I would certainly encourage you to check out our study abroad webpage on our BU email. So there's a lot out there for our students to check out. Any other questions? So the question is, do you offer special housing for honor students? Yes. We have the honors learning community. It's where all of our honor students will live in what's called Lycoming Hall, in one of our underclassmen residence halls on lower campus. So we do have that special housing for students in the honors college. Not a problem. Thank you for joining me today. Anything else? Any other questions for me? You're very welcome. All right. Well, if there are no other questions, that's all I have today. But like I said, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm more than happy to help you and answer any questions that you have. But thank you all for joining me today. It was a pleasure speaking with you all, and you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link for a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Again, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at pacac.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings, again at pacac.org. Have a great evening. Bye.